5 minutes of fire. That means it's a hot topic. Patrick Mahomes out of the Pro Bowl. Josh Allen is hurt / golfing. So here are the replacements. Trevor Lawrence, teamless Derek Carr, and loudly checks notes for effect, Tyler Huntley, who played 6 games, threw 2 touchdowns, and had 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
I'm not ruling out some typo. Congratulations, Tyler. But, Nick, congratulations to the Prince.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen. As has happened all throughout history, mostly European history, at times, the king is unavailable for duty, and so the prince steps in his stead. So the king of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, not available.
I'm watching
So
documentaries.
the prince steps in and fills in for him valiantly, as I'm sure he will. So Trevor Lawrence, it's Trevor Lawrence
in that flag
being there.
Football game, right?
Yeah, whatever it is. Trevor Lawrence being there makes sense. I have a serious opinion on this, though.
Okay.
Because when it comes to Hall of Fame stuff, all-decade stuff, I think people do in a kind of cursory way, look at total Pro Bowls. If you have to fill out a roster, so be it. I do not think you should be called a Pro Bowler if you were not on the initial team.
Agreed.
You have the top, 3 quarterbacks. Because just in the last few years, we have had Mitch Trubisky, Mac Jones, and Tyler Huntley make Pro Bowls
and Trevor Lawrence
as deep alternates, and it's laughable. And fine, yeah, it would apply to Trevor here, but it wouldn't look ridiculous in the long term because he'll make some more. These guys, you want to then participate so you have the rosters, fine. But those guys shouldn't get Pro Bowl on their resume. Just like a seat filler should not be able to be like, hey, I was at the Oscars as a nominee. No, you weren't. Like, no.
Because what it does is belittle the honor.
Correct.
All right, Greg Jennings, obviously our guy Greg Jennings, I believe a 2-time Pro Bowler. We look back at that like, you know what, during his era, at least for a few years, he was one of the best receivers in the league. Okay? When you see somebody, like, with all due respect, I think Tyler Huntley is like, what? Really? Like, praise the Lord. I mean, no way he should have been on this team. And this just belittles the guys that do make it and makes us feel like, a Pro Bowl, I mean, no, I'm not even trying to be funny, but Mac Jones is a rookie.
Pro Bowler?
And
Pro Bowler Mac Jones, you mean?
Yeah, I do. I mean, this belittles it. I don't think a Pro Bowler the same, and this before Huntley made it. And Jacoby Brissett should have been on it before Huntley.
I agree with that.
I'm just saying.
It's not even a Pro Bowl. It's like Battle of the Network Stars now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence is undefeated in cornhole on Saturday, so he got voted in by his peers. Like it's
By the
like,
way,
what
no
are they
longer
doing?
undefeated,
But
unfortunately.
no, I'm saying cornhole he still is. And what else are they doing? It's like putt-putt, cornhole, jumping jacks. I
like it.
It's so far removed from what the Pro Bowl was supposed to be. And when you get to layers of voting like this, it does, to some degree, take away from the honor of the guys who, throughout the course of the season, really shined.
I felt like these were all takes trying to disparage Mac Jones, Pro Bowler Mac Jones, that is. And guess what? Al Pacino wasn't the first pick for The Godfather, but you know what? He was in it, and he did great. No one's like, well, Jack Nicholson really was in that role. He wasn't. He turned it down, so then Al Pacino got to be in The Godfather. And just for the record, Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones are now tied with 1 Pro Bowl apiece. Can we look at their resumes? We don't even we just have rock and roll music. Good old American rock and roll for Mac Jones. Wow, 16 wins. Brew, do you like fantasy football, or are you more of a wins guy?
I like to win, Wild.
Thank you. I don't need this Trevor Lawrence graphic behind me when I'm talking to Mac Jones. Completion percentage better.
What are you doing here?
Numbers
I'm just
What's your
giving,
point? What are you even trying to show?
2 Pro
He's saying
Bowlers.
Max better than Trevor Lawrence.
Yes, thank you. That's what the facts
you're
say.
saying?
2 Pro Bowlers.
This is such a con job by Kevin Wildes. You know what? I'm gonna break, what do you call it, the fourth wall?
Yes, you call it the fourth wall.
I was adamant that this was a dumb topic. I'm like, we're all just gonna say Pro Bowl alternates is dumb, and we're all just gonna be like, why is Tyler Huntley there? But we don't want to be mean to Tyler Huntley. It's not his fault. And Wildes was like, no. put it in the show. I'm like, I don't know, maybe we talk about Josh Allen or something. He's like, no, I demand it be in the show, and he got a little fresh with Hubs on the call. Like, make the call, Hubs. Make it. Hubs, like, Sophie's choice between my opinion and Wild's opinion. And Hubs, of course, knows where his bread is buttered and picked your topic. And you did the whole thing. So you could talk about Mac Jones, who this year evidently wasn't as good as Tyler Huntley, because I don't see Mac Jones in this Pro Bowl, saying he's better than Trevor Lawrence.
I think it should be like the heavyweight championship belt. You should have to be take it from me. If it's a tie, you have to beat me.
I think
You know what?
That's part of the Pro Bowl this year. They're going to have that.
Fantastic.
Right.
That's 5 minutes of fire. I told you, good segment. Will LeBron put on a show at MSG? Yes, set the whole thing. Being built in Arizona, will be there Thursday and Friday right outside State Farm Stadium. If you want to be part of our live audience, go to First Things First, our Twitter feed, for all the details. First Things First is also your go-to show for Super Bowl Monday. Where Nick will, this is either going to be a celebration or Nick is going to be
What?
tormented.
Calling in.
No, I'd never call in.
Arrowhead Invitational Aftermath.
That pass was so good.
Chiefs GM Brett Veach weighed in on
Dog, it's
Mahomes' legacy. Let's take a listen.
He's incredible, and then, I mean, people don't realize how hurt he was. I mean, we all saw the injury. I mean, high ankles are terrible injuries, and sometimes guys miss 2-3 weeks, and he was out there and running for a first down or a big play in the game that got us in field goal range, and obviously with the late hit there that put us in range. But it just adds to his already great legacy.
Damn straight.
Here's his legacy. No swearing on the show. Made the AFC Championship, won the Super Bowl. Coach, if you saw this, we're not putting losing the Super Bowl or losing the AFC Championship. We're putting made in AFC. It's like how I made a fight downtown.
No, that is not.
I made an appearance in a bar fight. Didn't end well, but I made an appearance.
Yeah.
In any event.
Put Tom Izzo in the Hall of
Super
Fame
Bowl.
for Final Four.
How much did Mahomes' performance affect his legacy?
All right, Coach, here's the deal. He's already one of the 5 greatest quarterbacks ever, and I can prove it to you. I think you're going to agree with me at the end of this. I know you always have said I'm a little too early on these things, but I wasn't too early on him. So what has he done in the postseason as far as all-time rankings? Well, on a per-game basis, we can show it to you right now. I think we can. He's the greatest playoff quarterback ever. If he was just third in everything, you might be like, well, show me who the top 2 guys are, the different names you could make. He's first in everything. Okay, what about the regular season, where you have an even larger sample size? Oh, okay, he's still first in everything, too. So then, who are the best quarterbacks ever? Can I interest you in a quarterback pyramid, Coach?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. These are all Hall of Famers. We'll start we got 21 guys on here. We'll start on the bottom rung. All of these guys are great players, but I wouldn't call them legendary players, except for maybe Warren Moon because of the components of his career. But those are great players. I know how much you respect Big Ben, all of them. Next row, I'm going to admit, except for Terry Bradshaw, I haven't even seen clips of these guys. Everyone says Johnny Unitas and Sammy Ball were unbelievable. Bradshaw's winning and Stars legacies speak for itself. And Otto Graham, I'm not certain he actually existed, but Peter King swears he did, so we're putting him on there. Now,
7 rings.
Now the top 10. These guys right here are league MVPs, all of them except for Staubach. At least one championship for all of them. Super Bowl MVPs, and to me, unquestioned legendary players. And I think Mahomes better than all those guys. And now we get to the top 6. So Elway, Mahomes, Marino. If I believe Mahomes is the best of these 3. I don't think there's actually really a case for Marino over him. I'll listen to the case for Elway over him, even if I disagree with it. And then the top 3 to me are pretty undeniable. Manning, Montana, and then, of course, Brady, number 1. Mahomes can catch everyone on this list, except for Tom Brady, in 10 days, in my opinion. I think he already is number 5 all time. Did I make a compelling enough case for you, Coach?
You did. I mean, I typically love pyramids filled with guys you've never seen clips of.
Okay, well,
Like the fact that you had a whole row of a pyramid that you admit you never exhibited anything they did.
I wasn't alive for the Civil War. I could write a paper on it.
Yeah, you could maybe watch a clip of